Ain't no stopping till the tire's spinning. Resuscitate the rod, it's the nursing garage. Resuscitate the rod, it's the nursing garage. Resuscitate the rod, it's the nursing garage. Resuscitate the rod, it's the nursing garage.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and if you guys are reading the title, it's true. Unfortunately, guys, it appears that our junkyard K24A4 is broken. And before I hear people say it's a junkyard K24A4, this motor, guys, owes me absolutely nothing. I learned a lot based off of this motor. I learned what not to do. I learned how to be better at building something, or at least using something, and it's going to point us into a better direction of which we're going to go with actually this build. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about today. So before I start it and show you guys how bad it is, let's just kind of, you know, appreciate what it did. It went to 4 burnout contests, lived on the limiter for over 2-3 minutes at times. I probably have 2,000-3,000 miles on this motor with a hurt head gasket. I don't know if a lot of you guys knew that, but I'll fire it up and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So break down what happened. I honestly think when we came in for this 180 right here during Cletus and Cars, I think it lost oil pressure from the front of the pump for like half a second, and I think that's might would have caused this thing to have a rod knock, or we bent a rod. I'm really excited to actually tear this motor apart in a later on video, but let's just jump right into it, guys. So first things first, I personally have known that this thing has had a hurt head gasket, guys, since I went to sick week and hung out with the guys out there, because it kept overheating and it was blowing coolant out the overflow. I didn't know exactly how bad it was until at Cletus and Cars when it finally decided to let go. But I mean, nothing else to do. We'll fire it up, guys, and exactly hear how bad it is. Fires right up, right, guys? Doesn't seem to be a problem. And if you guys look right here, it just... So it's pushed a little bit more fluid than it had in it earlier. Before, guys, it would just shoot out of it. So yeah, so we got a lower end, bottom end knock. I don't know if it's a rod bearing or what it is, but I don't want to hurt it too bad. Clearly I'm revving on it, but I don't want to hurt it too bad. There was an event 2 weekends ago I was going to go to, but with that I didn't want to like throw a rod or anything like that, mess it up any more than what it is. Still have some good parts on it for the motor wise, but yeah, so unfortunately that happens and that sucks. So now we're on to option B, or plan B, because today, guys, is Wednesday the 26th. Okay, today's the 26th. This video is probably dropped on the 27th. There is an event on the 29th in Immokalee, Florida, and there is the event the 6th of April at Cletus and Cars. So I would like to make Indy, but in order to make Indy, we have to make this possible, and this is what we're gonna have to do right now. So let me show you what I went and picked up. And this, guys, was actually option B. I went to Gainesville to pick up a motor. Big shout out to Gary. He was actually with us out in Gainesville. We went out there for import face off, and we went out there with met up with Seth, and we actually did pick up a K series that he had laying around. Unfortunately, guys, it came out of an Accord just like the one that was in the truck. I thought it was a K24A4. I was really excited for it. I was like, you know, we'll just grab that, swap it right in, we'll have a motor. Fortunately, it's a K24A8, so it does not look like we're actually going to be using this motor. So we're left with really kind of no options right there, because I didn't want to huck a motor in just for it to blow right back up, because unfortunately I heard those rods and the heads aren't as stout as the A4, but I have a secret, not a secret, but I have something that I have been having for a while that I've just been holding on to until I ordered parts, which I did, and this is where we're at now. So I got off of work about 3 months ago, went on to the local listings for the junkyards to see what they had came in, and they had a 2005 TSX came in. And I got there, and you guys guessed it, I don't know where we're at in this video or where I'm at. It might be at the beginning, but I just had to throw this in there. It's hot right now, sorry. I've been out here since 9 o'clock, it's 1. Don't let no one tell you can't do nothing, guys. I went to Harbor Freight, picked me up about $40 worth of sockets and pry bars and everything, because I was on my way home from work after doing 16 hours, and I seen this pop up on the junkyard. That's a K24A4, baby. We're back. So as most of you guys know, I do have a K24 that's at Auto Sauce, but I want to make sure I have just pretty much a spare, but not even really a spare. I just want to make sure I have one that's pretty much good to go, because that one lost compression. So if all else fails, guys, we can swap my pump and put it into this motor, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll after I head gasket and stud it. So yeah, guys, so let's get back to wherever my video is right now. I just want to show you guys. We're almost there. I got a couple AC lines I got to get off that I just seen, and then I'm ready. So we have had this beautiful junkyard K24A2. I just took the tarp off, sitting here. So yeah, see, K24A2. So I was leaving this motor to sit around because I wanted to put rods and pistons in it, and I wanted to do a decent build on it. But if you guys remember that I did end up getting a motor from Ron over at Auto Sauce that unfortunately we lost compression, and it's still at his place. So the parts that I bought for that motor are actually going to go into that motor. So technically we have a spare motor. It's just going to be a little bit more time than I was worried about. I just didn't want to huck this stock motor in there without putting the pump in it, because everybody knows you got to have the Type S pump, especially when we're running a little high RPMs like we are. And I didn't want to risk ruining it. But this is the problem. We have Indy 1 week. I got 3 days. You guys are going to see the thrash like we always do. 3-day thrash we got to do on this truck to make this other event. And it's just something we're going to have to do. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to huck that in there. You know, usual routine, pull the front clip off, motor out, tranny out, slap it back together, and hopefully we're going to be getting on a dyno on Friday. So we got some work ahead of us, but you know, I believe in us, and I know that we can do something. So yeah, guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's YouTube video, guys. I just want to give you guys a quick update. Real misfortunate, didn't want it to go out like this, but you know, that's kind of what I built it for, to have fun like that. But you know, this motor doesn't owe me anything. You know, this motor, it's just amazing. You know what I mean, guys? We look at what we did with this thing. You know what I mean? We went countless shows, countless states, countless competitions, and it finally just decided to let loose. So we're gonna keep that motor, we're gonna fix some stuff on the other one and make it better. So yeah, guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's YouTube video. Sorry to make it short and sweet, but I just wanted to give you guys an update, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video.